All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody. It's always very exciting, of course, when a club like Liverpool comes to town. Now, I can tell you the boys are right up for this, and they're ready to cause an upset. But now, do we have any questions? Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist. Now, listen, mate, old Kloppo has said that you're an easy opponent. Huh, really? Well, he's in for a surprise then, isn't he? I'm actually surprised any words can get past that mouthful of teeth that he has.
Synker sammen till segerstroppen Maltan Grindavik Och jag vet Vid vattnen ger idag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on the Impossible Dream. It is Season 10 Episode 9 and today we have two massive home games in the Champions League against Liverpool and Nice. And realistically, 3 points against Nice would be nice. Liverpool is going to be tough. But Klopp has said we are an easy opponent. Honestly, F you, Klopp. We're going to show him how easy we can be. Hopefully not literally. I really hope we beat him after that. I maybe reacted angrily, which is, you know, sometimes you do lash out when these things happen, don't you? But anyway, there's not too much you've missed up on since last episode, though there is some disappointing news that is about to happen because this is the last game for two of our players. Now, there's no real way to show you this, but it's the last game for Thomas Christiansen, who was on loan, obviously, from Malmo. We did have an option to buy with so many league appearances. We can buy him back, that's not a problem. But, of course, once he leaves, he's not going to be able to be registered back in the Champions League squad, which makes me wonder, is it actually then worth bringing him back? We'll have to wait and see on that one. And the other one is Kosh. Now, we did have an option to buy him for 4.2 million, which I obviously tried to do, and he doesn't want to come back. He just refused to negotiate a contract with us. So even if we've been able to do that, I still think the cost of registration of the player changed, that he may not have been able to play in Europe. I was sure I had them loaned for 12 months, but yeah, we've barely had them for 5 or 6. Not even end of July, so August to November. Like, we've barely had them at all. So I'm not quite sure what has happened there, but that is, needless to say, disappointing. But anyway, let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here against Liverpool. We've not had any competitive games. I don't think we've had a friendly since last episode, to be honest. We're expecting a 4-3-3 out of them, and this is the team that we are sending out. So it's Rafferson in goal. It's Tom Jones, Deggan, Christensen for the last time, and Juleson. It's Jonsson. It is Wemberto, Bakali, Kosh, Nellum, and Bautenson go up front, still missing through injury. We have Higuain, though he is back in about 2 weeks, so he should be back for Nice. Alakou as well should be back for Nice. It will be back for Nice. Palacios has picked up an injury, another one that is possibly going to be back for Nice. Then with Kosh leaving, Palacios suddenly becomes a much more important player for us. So that's the team that we have. Let's see if we're good enough to take anything off Liverpool. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Konote, is that the one that's there right now? It's a fairly common name. There's A. Van Dijk, but a different one. Endrick is there. He is, of course, very, very good. Trent is still at the club as well, so he would be getting on quite well. Hannibal from Manchester United, that's controversial. And Harvey Elliott is... now, is he the guy? I always get him, and there's one at Leicester in real life. I always get mixed up. I think Harvey Elliott is the one that's at Liverpool now. I think there's a Harvey that's at Leicester, and obviously my brain gets the two confused. But anyway, what do we want to say to this? There's no pressure on us. I think if we learned anything last episode from the Benfica game, games like this just take pressure off of us. All right, and this is looking like a pitch that may not suit Liverpool's style. Let's hope so anyway. We are starting to get the Icelandic advantage here. Now, just a reminder, we're looking for Viewers Player of the Year nomination, so if you haven't done them as of yet, make sure you get them in. The season always wraps up quite quickly once Europe starts, so we will need to vote relatively soon, assuming we don't get through into the knockout rounds, which I think we'll have a better idea after this episode if we're going to be able to do it. If we can beat Nice at home, I think that's a little bit like the PSV one. It's one that we have to win to get us to 6 points, and then see if was it 9 or 10 points we figured out last year has always gotten you through. I think it might have even been 9, but it was definitely 10. Kosh, what's wrong with Kosh? A thigh. He should be okay. If you wish to make a change, okay. We can nurse him through the match. Let's see how he goes. We don't really have... Well, we do actually have Dejenga, who could come on and play over there. So we'll see. I mean, if we can get, and as the highlight starts, I was going to say, if we can get a point out of Liverpool here, even if it is just a boring, highlightless 0-0, which obviously won't be the case now, then I don't think that's a terrible result for us. A point here would be huge as Degen you must clap a back header back to the keeper. That is the rules of football. And Rafason now, what's he going to do? He gets it forward, looking for Bautenson, but we can't pick it up. Bakali, working hard. Degen, Hendrick has scored. Is he offside? I don't think he is. Alright, if Kosh has got an injury, we'll bring Degen on to play out there for him. There's no point. I mean, it is his final game for us, so that all ends in a bit of disappointment, but he's booked, he's injured, there's not much point. Rafason, yeah, I mean, Endrick, I'll try and remember to show you Endrick here. He is quite good. So, you know, it's one of those that there's maybe not too much that we can do about it. Let's encourage and see what we can do, if anything. We do, of course, now at some point need to attack and find a way to score a goal here. All right, we've been unlucky. We're the underdogs. Let's just go with... we've been unlucky, because there is a few anxious, nervous players there, which we don't obviously want. But unlucky still takes a bit of pressure off them. I'm wondering if we want to try and look to exploit our flanks here a little bit and see if that works for us. I mean, it is a little bit bare bones. Jenga and Nellum are not really the two, ideally, that we would have out there. I mean, Jenga is probably literally third choice, because Palacios would be the sort of the second choice behind Kosh now that he has gone off. But I mean, we've not done terribly, have we? To only be we're looking anxious and nervous. All right, let's give it maybe a fire up. Is that going to do anything for us? No. 70 odd minutes gone. All right, Jonsson's having a bad game. We do have, where is he? Antonio is back from injury. Wemberto and Bakali are just not having great games in there. So, all right, let me think what we can do here. Okay, so we're going to just change the shape completely and try and catch them out. So Godini is coming on. We've also got, who else is coming on? Immonen is coming on. It's playing to the back four. Jenga is going to go and play to the right wing back, which he can do. Bakali moves forward. Nellum and Godini. So Baltinson has come off, and Jonsson. I already take Jonsson off, and Julison are the guys that have come off. So yeah, complete change of shape, and with about 20 minutes to go with stoppage time, let's hope that that's enough to get us something here. Try and get us a point in this game. It's not looking likely, though, is it? All right, so let's take it off work ball into the box. What else can we do here? Raise up our tempo, perhaps. Maybe try pass the ball into space. See if that works. Do we step up and get stuck in this late in the game? That all might work, mightn't it? Is there anything in this one for us? I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little bit like Atletico Madrid, isn't it? Losing to the odd goal is not terrible here, but realistically, I mean, it was an absolute 1-0 thrashing, wasn't it? We never laid the glove on them, but solid enough, I suppose. So defeat is defeat, no matter how you kind of look at it, though, isn't it? And that puts us outside the top 24. So this next game against Nice suddenly becomes very, very important. They have just drawn 0-0 at home with Barcelona, so that's slightly concerning. And where are they sitting in the table right now? Did I miss them? I hope I missed them. They're in 9th. They've got, 7 points from 4 games. So they've lost at home to Copenhagen. That's a bit of a shock. And they've beaten Inter away. They're a bit of all sorts. How do you justify those results? That's unbelievable. Though Copenhagen is 6th. So maybe that's not that bad a result anyway. So Grindavik come unstuck. Grindavik can... Yeah, thank you, Klopp. I appreciate your degrading comments. And there we go. The Icelandic boss is looking at a few of our boys again. Wait right there. Nice is up next. And, well, it's a must-win. It's an absolute must-win. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to face Nice. Now, just a quick update on how the kids are doing this year. They're not doing great. Now, it doesn't necessarily surprise me given the quality of the youth intakes that we've had lately, but we are currently 29th of 36, and given it's only the top 16 that get through, we are struggling. We haven't won a game yet, 3 draws and 2 losses, so that's a little bit of a shame. But we do have a returning player in the coaching staff. And that is Thiago Sayas. What a player he was for us. Probably still in my all-time midfield because he was so good for us at the time. Not a great coach to start with. We're going to try and train him up a little bit. But yeah, it's good to have these guys back at the club. Only 31 as well, so he retired early to come back and be a coach. There was a part of me that maybe thought about getting him back as a player, but he was never going to play, so I figured, just get him in as a coach and he can focus on that. So, yeah, and there's a lot of focusing that needs to be done, let's be honest. But let's have a look and see what we're doing here. We are facing Nice at home. It is a must-win game, if there is ever to be a must-win game. We're expecting a 4-4-2 out of them, and this is the team that we are sending out. Rafferson in goal, Depe, Immonen, Degen, and Juleson. Now, Christensen and Kosh have both left. Kosh is coming back on loan, but that won't happen until the 22nd of February. Jonsson, Wemberto, Bakali in midfield. Jenga's going to play right side of midfield. Higuain is back. Lacking match sharpness massively, but he is back. He plays on the left. Alaku goes up top. He is also back. If we go down, the other thing I had to tell you was Tom Jones is missing. He is sick. He's a day away from with a virus. But yeah, he misses out. And Palacios again misses out by a day. He's not match sharp. He's got an injury. I didn't really see the sense in putting him on the bench. We can always throw Gadini. Jofferson can play off both feet. So there's options if we need to stick someone out there. But let's hope that Jenga just does the job. Reminder, he's a very good, solid professional player, so I don't really have any concerns about him playing, to be honest. All right, so we can see the team sheet. I wonder if that's a female manager. That's Jocelyn, right? That's I'll have to have a check. That'd be cool if it is. Cole Palmer is in their team. Do I recognise anybody else? Merlin, so there's going to be a little bit of magic at the back, you would imagine, here all week, obviously. And what do we want to say to this? There's no pressure on us. I think the pressure's on them. Can we do... I'm fed up with a bad form. Okay, so we'll go with there's no pressure. I would have liked to have said our home form is important to us. The same sort of team talk we did versus PSV. But, I mean, this is a step up from PSV. But I certainly think there's sort of a similar standard of team, I would have thought anyway. So, yeah, let's hope. I mean, Depe at left back, he's done the job for us before. He was the obvious one to come in when, obviously, Tom Jones was gone. We are getting the 4-4-2 that was expected. Now, we were expecting them also to be a wing play side, but I noticed they had inverted wingers, so we're going to try and trap them out there. Yeah, and just kind of see. We're going to be sitting a little bit deeper. Part of that is Immonen back in, which is a little slightly concerning. We know his first touch at times is apocalyptic, so we just need to hope, if we're sitting that little bit deeper, that he's solid. Degen, we know he's been solid, and just hope that our midfield can get control of the game. But I mean, even 1-0 against Liverpool at home, it's not a shocking result. We are a good team when we play at home. So, yeah, but we definitely need to get the 3 points here if we're any hope of progressing. As Immonen heads it clear. This is one of those where the ball's a bit hard to see, isn't it? The orange on the... It's not too bad. But I think if you're watching on a phone, it might be... Here we go, Bakali. Bakali for Jenga. Jenga, does he have a finish? Jenga hit the crossbar. Oh, that is so unlucky. Oh, it's a corner, so the goalkeeper saved it. It's even more unlucky. Can we get Immonen or Degen's head on the end of it? No, it's headed away. Bakali is back and tracking back, working hard as he does. And that ends that particular highlight. So unlucky for Jenga, though. Alright, come on. I mean, a point here is not the end of the world, obviously, but it's probably the end of our Champions League. Yeah. It's one of those that we've just got to keep ourselves alive in the competition for as long as possible. We might get lucky later on and have a team that's already qualified. I think we play Juventus and Spurs the last 2 games as Immonen is done in behind. Oh, and Rafferson, use your hands, man. Why is he going with his feet on that? It didn't even look a particularly powerful shot. And yeah, Immonen just done behind. Oh, it's taking a deflection. Alright, I'm sorry, Rafferson. It's taken a deflection off of Degen. It's just unlucky all round. to take a deflection and go through his legs like that is just... It just wasn't meant to be, was it? So we find ourselves 1-0 down at home. We've definitely been unlucky so far. I'm wondering, given that we got done in behind anyway, if we go with a high line, try and put some pressure on them. Yeah, I've got to say, I'm slightly... I know Dave Mortram is always saying that I mean, he can come across quite negative. As much as I love him. But on Discord, but it's with imminent. I can't deal with you, mate. I just can't. Alright, so where's Unison? He can come on. But he did say that he didn't think we looked that much better this season than last season. I thought we'd done a really good job in sort of strengthening where we needed to, but again, he's been proven right here. We're just not quite looking as good as we did last season. Granted, we've got that really tough draw again that we had sort of 2 seasons ago in Europe. But it's actually the toughest draw we've ever had, because PSV was the only team that you'd even say was kind of at our level, as we're getting picked apart. It's really good football. And, well, I'm thinking maybe we need to match them here, sort of go what I would usually play against a 4-4-2 with the 3 centre-backs. If we lose this game, we're absolute toast. We're done. Alright, let me think what we need to do here. Okay, so we are going to try playing in this way. We are going to... we're going basically our version of full attack. So off has come Higuain, Julison, and that's it, I think, isn't it? So we've got Alaku dropping back in, which is absolutely fine. I wonder if we play him as a shadow striker, perhaps. Bakali as an advanced playmaker. Wemberto as a deep-lying playmaker. Jenga goes back as a wing-back. Dasei Gadini bouncing up top. It's a very, very attacking lineup that we're putting out here, but it needs to get the job done for us. We need goals. And yeah, I mean, a draw is the absolute minimum that we can take out of this. And as things stand, it's certainly not going to happen, is it? There's an argument to say this is the way we should have played to start with. Losing Christensen is a massive blow as well at the back. Not ideal. Now, we've got to play Hertha, and I just noticed there that they are losing to Galatasaray. Now, Nice, as we know, are they're a good side themselves, so it's possibly a tougher game than it initially looked when we saw it on paper. Boughton's done really well here. Lays it back there. Alaku. Can we get a little bit of space here? Alaku to Wemberto. Wemberto, oh, it's well defended in the end. There was just no way through for us, was there? Ball gets lumped forward again. Degan nogs it down nicely for Jenga. Jenga's he's a useful player to have too, because he can go and play anywhere in wide areas. Here we go. Here we go with Alaku. Alaku for Boughtonson. Oh, he just never got a foot on it. Wemberto's not having a good game. I wonder if we bring on Jose Antonio for him. See if that helps us. Jenga has won it back and just gives it away again. I don't know if I'm getting my team talks wrong here. Maybe I'm just trying to make an excuse for a team that is just clearly better than us. Sometimes you just get beaten because the other team is better, don't you? But yeah, this has been as decent-ish as the Liverpool game was. This has almost been the complete opposite, because they have outplayed us. They've had loads of highlights, and it does make you wonder. I mean, are they actually a better team than Liverpool, perhaps? I mean, maybe that's the case as well, but it'd be nice to get a goal. It's late in stoppage time. Can we get something going here? And oh, Boughtonson, is he onside? I think he is, to be honest. VAR will check it. It's too late. Stoppage time is up. It has been given, so Boughtonson gets himself a goal. And he just kept himself on, didn't he? And the goalkeeper will want it back. But it's 2-1, which makes it look a lot closer than it actually was, to be fair. But well, in a way, I mean, we have to take it. We don't have a choice. The XG was kind of even. It didn't feel like it was kind of even, though, did it? Well, we were definitely better, though, when we made the change, weren't we? So that's maybe something to remember. If we come up against a 4-4-2 again, then we need to play that way. And we probably weren't helped as well with Higuain not having any form of match sharpness. But you can see we are more than halfway through the group now. We have 3 points. I mean, Real Madrid and Barcelona are down there on 5. So it's maybe proving to be a little bit more difficult than a lot of teams thought it was going to be. But the PSV have got to win as well, so anything can happen. But there we go, youthful Grindavik, come unstuck. I feel like we should just get that tattooed on our foreheads when we play in Europe sometimes. But that will do it for today. If we do go and have a look at what we have to come in the Champions League, Hertha away and Tottenham at home, Juventus away. We are going to be in very, very tough if we're going to get ourselves in a position to get out of qualifying. We really did need to win that, get to 6 points, maybe get a win against Hertha and nick a point somewhere here. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I think it's very tough to do it from here. Of course, this is the last call for Viewers Player of the Year. We will be voting on that next episode. And yeah, well, it's just been a little bit disappointing. Near, but not quite near enough, isn't it? Take care.